Hello, everyone. Welcome to XenTegra on Air podcast series. IGEL with IGEL. This is the new episode after a long, right, a break in between because of holiday season in India. And yeah, so I'm Indrajeet Ghorpade, Director Solution Engineering with XenTegra Private Limited, and I have my friend Simon Townsend, Field CTO with IGEL. Hey, hi Simon.
Morning, Indrajeet. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. Very well. I was in London yesterday with a number of UK partners. Um, Sort of was celebrating a little early Christmas get together, and who did we have there? We had our distributor Data Solutions, Citrix were there, Control Up were there, IGEL was obviously there, and then yeah, there's about 25 partners all from the UK were there. So yeah, giving everybody a little bit of an update on what's new in IGEL. So that was very nice to see everybody, and obviously we're recording this today on a Friday, so I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's not raining at the moment, which is nice. So yeah, fingers crossed I can spend some time with the family and do some nice things there. But have you had a good week?
Yeah, it was a good week, and like as you mentioned, right, this is kind of like your like Christmas is coming in. Here we just like done with our Diwali celebration,
Yeah,
and again we are like about to or near to end of this year. So a lot of events are even happening. The way you said, right, you had that event. Even I, oh, like a couple of weeks back, I hosted one. Like we hosted one lunch and learn event along with HiQ. So there are a lot of interactions with like customers, like actually talking about that solution, like creating that awareness, a lot of networking, and things are happening here as
yeah,
well. And again, next month is again full of events. So even I have already planned couple of events with couple of partners. So, and the best part is the last couple of weeks with these events and like with this networking, even there are a lot of customers and like getting like with whom I can interact on these specific technologies like IGEL, Controller, and the solutions around VDI and like complementing to VDI and like, end user computing. And with that, even I started like in last 2 weeks, actually in last 2 weeks, I started two POCs for IGEL, which are
oh,
already in place. The prerequisites and everything done, and we even started the installation day for yesterday,
hmm,
and one or two more customers showed their interest, and I'm going to start that as well. So in all, this is a good time. Like a lot of things are happening
yeah,
around IGES specifically. So let's see how this and the coming year goes ahead, right?
yeah. It was good. I celebrated. Funny enough, you mentioned Diwali the other week. I celebrated it with some friends over here too.
Yeah,
Um, but it's really good if you like fireworks.
yeah,
um, which we do in the UK. We love fireworks, and or at least most people do. You end up getting at least 2 weeks, near enough, of fireworks in the UK because we celebrate our own fire. We have our own fireworks night on the 5th of November. So
okay.
everybody goes out and lets fireworks off, and then the following week is then Diwali, and then we see even more fireworks. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But that's good news then. So a couple of customers. What was the drive? Obviously, we can't talk necessarily about who the customers are, but what were the
Yeah.
main reasons those customers were or are evaluating IGEL? Was it security or repurposing PCs? What were they? What was the main driver there?
Yeah, so there are like now two customers we have already started the interaction, they call the POC discussion, and one is kind of a prospective customer we're going to start the conversation. But about all these customers, major use cases are right repurposing the existing hardware,
Hmm.
obviously security, like couple of or majority of these customers are Citrix customers, and they want to limit their users to their Citrix workspace, or they want their users to only use those specific applications or those services via like the Workspace app or the Citrix browser. So they want to limit it because right now they're using Windows devices and those end users are having access to the full OS. So they want to restrict that. They want to make it secure. Uh,
Hmm.
Other than that, like couple of customers were like having issues with the collaboration tools on our VDI instance, right? Optimization of basically optimizing the Teams or like Zoom, right? So they are facing some challenges. So
Yeah,
maybe that pain points we are going to touch base or like we're going to demonstrate with IGEL how it works well with IGEL. So
got it.
yeah, these are a couple of kind of use cases or pain points we are going to cater during these POCs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Very good. Good. Good, good, good.
Yeah.
Exciting, exciting
Uh,
times.
Yeah, so with time, as I said, right, there are a lot of events happening. So you said that you already last week you were in London, right, with
Yep.
partners and distributors. So
Yep.
anything new, any big events happening in that region recently, or right, it is
Yeah,
almost
it's
planned for next month.
well, so I mean the big one this month over here was VMworld. I keep calling it VMworld. It's not VMworld. VMware Explore. Um, so VMware Explore obviously in the States took place earlier this year, but the European one took place 2 weeks ago in Barcelona, right? So another big event. I don't know what the final numbers were, but you're talking north, I think, of 5,000 people, right? Go over to Barcelona for a week, and sort of, I think they were there Monday through Thursday, most people. Um, Big event, lots and lots of VMware announcements, right? VMware talking about lots of good independent speakers, actually, people that had been to space, people that had cycled around the world. But from an end user compute point of view, there was a lot of customers and partners there. End user computing continues to be quite a popular and key area of focus for VMware at the moment. So they had people like Audi, the car manufacturer.
Yeah,
They were up on stage talking about what they were doing. IGEL obviously had a presence there. We were a sponsor alongside who else was there? Liquidware was there. Control Up had an absolutely massive, massive booth, and lots going on there. So yeah, no, really, 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 really good. We announced during that week, we announced support for Workspace ONE Access, which is an identity provider that some VMware customers use.
yeah,
Um, I think, as you know, Indrajeet, IGEL already supports a couple of identity providers when it comes to logging on to IGEL OS. We support Entra ID, which obviously is the new name for Azure AD. But we support that. We support Ping. We support Okta. And then the announcement that we did at the Explore was that we would support this Workspace ONE access as well. So identity is becoming quite a big topic, actually. As you know, I think I've said this a couple of times, right? But every single week, every customer I'm speaking to, they don't just want to fire up iGel and log on to a VDI desktop anymore.
yeah,
They need more control. They need some form of identity. They want some form of log on. They want some form of conditional access, right?
yeah,
So we just keep pushing the boundaries on that, and it's a big change, actually, because for so many years, iGel was this invisible thing that no one really ever saw. Like, you'd power on the machine, and maybe iGel was configured in like kiosk mode, and the first
yeah,
thing you would see is your Citrix logon page.
yeah,
But we're finding now that lots and lots of people are booting up their iGel device, and the first thing they want to do is they want to log on and authenticate with their Active Directory credentials, and then they want to go in and launch their different applications and stuff. Um, we've had some meetings this week. Our CTO, funnily enough, is out at Citrix this week. He's been on a bit of a tour. Matthias Haas, he's been visiting a huge number of clients out on the East Coast of America. lots of healthcare organizations, funnily enough. And, we're doing some very clever stuff now with Citrix in terms of their conditional access. Um, we're doing some stuff around conditional access with Intune and Active Directory, or Entra ID, as I have to call it now. So yeah, I think it's interesting times. I don't know whether you saw it. I mean, the other thing that happened this week, obviously, was the Microsoft event. Did you follow any of that?
Uh, no, I think I missed this. Like
Okay.
at least VMware Explore, right? This was kind of a consecutive event because first event for this year they did it in India,
Yeah.
followed by then they did it Singapore, then US, and now as you said Barcelona. But
Yeah.
no, Microsoft event I was not I didn't follow that. So was there any interesting in that event? Like anything new, any new announcement?
Yeah, I'm still so it was this week, and a huge amount around obviously Copilot and AI being built into the Microsoft platform, etc.
Yeah.
But from an end user computing point of view, I am still playing a little bit of catch up. I did see that they brought out a new unified application, and I had a little play around with that on must have been Wednesday night, I think. Um, so they have got what's called the Windows app, and that is a single application now that can be installed on Windows or Mac or iPhone, or the web. It looks and feels the same across all those platforms,
Okay.
and it gives you the ability from one application to launch into a number of different resources. So it's one app that can launch a cloud PC, an AVD session, and at some point in the future, RDP and other RDS services, that type of thing. So the Mac client I've tested does all of them. I can RDP onto a device. I can go Windows 365 and AVD. The Windows one at the moment appears just to do AVD and 365, but you can just tell there that Microsoft are really trying to focus on user experience, right? They're trying to make it as simple as possible um, for someone to consume a remote desktop, right? And again, I think I've said this before, right? But I think things in the virtualization space are going to get very busy next year. As I can see desktop virtualization growing again in 2024, as I've said. So yeah, some good stuff going on there. Nice to see that Microsoft is still innovating and developing. Nice to see that VMware is still very much pushing the VDI or Horizon,
Yeah.
and that type of thing. The other thing I think a lot of people miss is the app volumes technology. I don't know whether you've done anything with that, Indrajeet, but VMware have got that product. I want to say Apps Anywhere, or is it Apps on Demand, or Apps Anywhere? Terry and Skip Gumbel would kill me for getting this wrong, but um, it basically it's the application packaging, application layering technology that they've had for some time, and they've put some innovation into that now, and hence renamed it. But that's now being used. That can be used across all different platforms, right? So you can end up even having a Citrix or a native Windows virtualized desktop, but VMware can be the tool that actually delivers the applications and deliver those applications on demand. And yeah, I've spoken to quite a few customers who seem to be quite pleased with that piece of technology and how that's going as well. So yeah, lots going on. A lot is going
Yeah.
on. And here's another one for you. I mean, I don't know whether you saw we released 11.9 of IGEL as well. Did you see that?
11.9? No. So like
Yeah.
right now, majority of the customers, because of this app portal and right, the
Uh, they
flexibility,
go
right? We're
they're
trying
going
to,
straight to 12.
yeah, we are actually trying to, like, there is no specific use case to use 11, right? So
Yeah,
we are trying to push, actually, we're trying customers to
that's
evaluate 12
good.
because it is like very flexible for, or like, it is easy for customers as well, right? To overall
Yeah.
monitor and administer like the overall environment.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, 12 is going well. We're already working on 12.3, 12.2's already come out, 12.3's come out. I mean, you're going to start seeing because of how we now do the updates and because everything's more modular, you actually start to see IGEL working in a much faster, more agile way, and you're able to sort of drop new applications into the app portal quicker. We can do the updates on the base OS quicker. Um, so 12.2 is out, which I guess is what you're deploying at the moment in some of those customers. We're working on
Yep.
12.3. The App Store has had some recent updates to it. Um, so Liquidware is up there now. Control Up Edge DX, Control Up Remote DX is up there. Device Trust is up there. Um, I don't think EG Innovations is yet on there, but it's definitely on its way. So that's good. But the reason why I brought up 11.9 is for existing customers because 11.9 is the one that allows a migration to 12.
Okay.
So up until this point, if you had IGEL OS 11 deployed, and you wanted to get a 12 on, it was quite a manual or painful task. You couldn't essentially do it via the management console. But you
Yep.
can now upgrade your existing estate to 11.9. And once all the clients are on 11.9, you've got a centralized way of doing an upgrade to OS 12. So to your point now, not only are we deploying new customers with OS 12, we're now actually starting to see a lot of customers move from 11 to 12 as well. So it's really exciting times
That's
for us.
interesting. That's interesting because, like, for the existing customers, existing IGEL customers, with IGEL OS 11, it will be a very good, good help, right? Because doing the task, because earlier people were testing, well, like for some devices, as like they were already having a couple of custom partitions or a couple of specific applications on 11. But
Yep,
now, if the on-the-fly migration is possible, then I think that will be a very good thing for the customers, or exciting thing for customers, which they can
exact,
go ahead for. Yeah.
exactly that. So yeah, no, very very busy at the moment. I've got hopefully be able to give you an update in a couple of weeks on some other things that the dev team are working on. Uh, but yeah, needless to say, there's quite a lot actually that we're working on at the moment. Some very, very exciting uh, integrations with things like Improvata, um, and doing that. I mean, the healthcare market seems to be the leading market for VDI and IGEL at the moment, amongst some of the others. Um, I think I mentioned the contextual control that we're doing, so we can give you some announcements and give you some information on that. But yeah, it's all go. Even though it's the end of the year, the development team are they're trying to deliver a number of Christmas presents in terms of features out to ourselves and our customers, which is good. Yeah.
Just just one just want to know one thing, right? What is the what are the like so see I recently gone through the app portal, but right, you may be aware of like the latest update. So what is the number of apps right now on the app portal, and what is the plan maybe end of this this particular year, calendar year?
Yeah, so you're probably looking I'm just having a look now actually. There's what 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 2. So we're probably around 40 applications at the moment on the app portal.
Okay.
Um, obviously Horizon's up there, Citrix is up there, Windows 365 is there, AVD is there. You've then got the digital experience management tools, the control ups, the EG innovations. I said that's coming, the liquidware one. You've then got some of the other peripheral applications, things such as ThinLink and the Philips Speech, etc. Improvata's up there. You've got Fabulitech up there for thing and Grundig for things like USB redirection, which obviously is very, very important. People that want to put printers and scanners into their devices and do all of that.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing that is, and then obviously you've got things like the Zoom client, right? So this is another
Collaboration
one,
tool.
right? Yeah, lots of people just don't realize this. It's like I can actually have IGEL on my laptop. And in fact, if you follow me on LinkedIn, I was doing a post from the train yesterday. So
Yeah,
I had
I've
an
seen that. Yeah.
hour's train journey into London, and I'm there using my IGEL device on the train. And not only have I got a web browser, not only can I connect to my AVD if I wanted to, but the majority of the work I can do it in the web browser. And I've also got a local copy of Zoom on there as well, right? So I can fire up Zoom and launch that.
Yeah.
The Microsoft sort of Teams progressive web app is available, but not yet on that portal. So we can we can make that available for people as a test. So that means you can run Teams and Zoom locally. But there's another a whole host of other applications that are there in the hopper, right? Parallels, I think, is pretty much ready to go. EG Innovations is pretty much ready to go, will be released. So, there will probably be about another 5 or 6 applications that hit the portal. The other thing I'm seeing though is a massive demand for more networking tools, and in particular tools such as the Zscaler client,
Yeah.
the Netscope client, the Cisco Umbrella client.
Yeah.
Um, those applications we can actually package up um, and deploy. And I think that's important to note, right? Just because an application doesn't sit on the app portal today doesn't mean that we can't take an application and deploy it out in a customer environment. When an application is on the portal, it means that it has been built by the partner, but it's been security checked and validated by IGEL.
Yeah.
Um, that doesn't stop us deploying other types of applications. I got a customer at the moment who's packaged up the CrowdStrike agent and deployed that out. I've got another one who's got Microsoft Edge and they've packaged that up and they've deployed that out. We are going to make that whole process of packaging applications yourself significantly easier. And what that means is that number one, we'll get more apps onto the app portal, but it means that we'll actually empower customers to build their own applications for their own environment way, way, way easier, right? Um, the vision there is that I can go to the Spotify website, download the Linux binaries of Spotify, and very easily package that application up, secure it, sign it, and then deploy it out to my devices. Um, and it's interesting, right? I talk about healthcare quite a lot, but if you go and speak to some of our retail customers now, they are deploying one application to an iGel device, and it is a specific Linux-based application.
Okay.
It's an application that's running the production line. It's an application that's being used on the till in a retail environment, as an example. So yeah, it's good.
That's actually interesting, and like maybe in the coming year, like we will see, we would have already will see a lot of applications as well, and like even customers and like these partners will be enabled enough, or like will they will have those resources to build their applications and upload on the app portal. So it's kind of a self-service thing, right? No one will depend on anyone, right? If they have some specialized application, they need to just work in collaboration with IGEL development team, or right, at least follow the guidelines, and then
Yeah,
that application will be available on the portal. That's actually a very interesting and like uh, easy thing, or a good thing for customers as well as partners.
exactly that. Exactly that. So yeah, it's lots going on, and as I said, I think as we go through the next couple of weeks and months, I'll be in a position to sort of share with you what's going on there. Um, and then I think probably as we get into the end of December, January as well, we can start to talk about some of the events that IGEL may well be doing in 2024, right, globally. So yeah, that's good as well.
Yeah,
Everything
that's
good with
yeah.
XenTegra though?
Yes, so like as I said, right, we're doing a lot of like events, a lot of activities happening, a couple of customer acquisitions already, good customer acquisition with those specific use cases like for VDI, end user computing, or like end user compute monitoring, right? So all those things are going on like POCs. We already acquired a couple of customers. So like for us, right, again we are about to end this first year in India, and we already have a lot of things to do, and we already did a couple of things already, and like with that great customer relationship, right? So great way
Yeah,
ahead, like next year will be with a lot of things, a lot of events. Even we are planning a couple of pre-planned marketing events for the entire year, that even calendar will be out soon on our website, where
yeah.
we are doing a lot of virtual as well as in-person events with a lot of
Hmm.
partners like IGEL and few more. Right. So there are a lot of exciting things coming in, like in next first quarter. I think I'll say January or
Yeah,
February. We'll get a lot of announcements from XenTegra.
good, 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 good.
Even we are having a kickoff in January, right? So maybe
Oh, good. Yeah,
uh, like our folks are traveling right to US. We will be having a kickoff in like second week of January. So again, we'll see a lot of announcements there. So maybe I think after kickoff, like maybe we can talk more, right? What XenTegra is planning for the next year, and like what new is coming in. Like even we
yeah.
are adding couple of regions. We are even like expanding our presence across the globe, right? So there are a lot of new locations, regions coming in. So there are a lot of things, a lot of new things, new announcements coming in from XenTegra side as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lots going on. I think I saw something on the news actually the other day. Did I see something as well? Microsoft is going to start making chips. Did you see that?
They're going to start their own chips.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether that's a rumor. I need to dig into that one. But I'm like, okay, so Apple make their own silicon. Okay, great. I'm sure I read something the other day about them. I don't know whether I can find it now, but yeah,
See, about Apple, I heard, right? Apple has already like they have already done the agreement, and they're going to manufacture their new series of Apple phones in India. So they are already planning to start that manufacturing in India. And maybe next series of iPhones, right? At least for Indian customers, will be purely make in India, will be manufactured from India or like in India.
interesting. Yeah, actually, what I've said it, Microsoft has unveiled a new in-house chip based on the ARM architecture
Okay.
to run compute workloads in the cloud. I'm telling you, it's all about AI, Indrajeet. It's all
Correct.
going AI. It's like
Yeah.
that is the race right now, right? Who can process things the faster, who's got the best AI and who can integrate it into their products. It's gonna get very interesting very, very quickly, right?
In
Um,
short, next year, right, 2024 will be with a lot of new things, new solutions, and which will actually help the end users and customers. Uh, like overall, they'll get that flexibility, that like S of access, lot of things will be happening for those end customers as well as those administrators, and like a lot of things, right, next year.
yeah. It's gonna I think what's gonna be interesting is from a it's gonna be a lot of I don't know whether the word security is the right word to use. I think um, it's about making sure that every organization and employee is compliant, right? I think that you think about how AI could be used and the capabilities that it's got and the decisions that it could make on someone's behalf, you know, that's the bit that sort of I've got a bit of a question mark around, right? So, if a normal human being is having to process a legal case or make a decision on, you know, a family matter or a government matter or whatever it is, right? There's sort of questions in my mind around how does an organization know and understand whether a person has made that decision or whether a person has used AI to make that decision, right?
Yeah,
It's because I mean, at the end of the day, I think you're just going to be you're going to have it inside your apps, right? You're going to,
yeah,
we are employees are just going to naturally be exposed to ways of using AI to speed up their job, which is
yeah.
great. Um, but yeah, how does an organization know what what's come from a human and what's come from AI? I've got no idea. We should
Yeah.
probably try that, right? We should probably just go into AI and say, please, please make me a podcast with two guys talking about end user compute and see what it comes up with.
Yeah,
You
definitely
never
we'll
know.
try something.
Me and you are going to get replaced.
Yes. So like
Good.
everywhere, it's everywhere. Like even if you post something on LinkedIn and you post your emails, a lot of like coding, there are a lot of things. Again, even people are adapting it now, right? People are even getting used to with the available AI tools, right? And like it is actually making life easy, or like for majority of the users. But you rightly said, I don't know like what is going to happen, right, with
Yeah.
the skilled workers who are actually doing those activities in future.
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly. Good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
be back next week.
I think it was a kind of a lightweight conversation, right? After a break, like it was a lightweight conversation where, right, majorly we just talked about the like things which are happening, like upcoming things, or like whatever going on in the market, like about us and like that. So it's kind of a lightweight episode where we touch base, or like we actually touched a lot of things, right, about the event, about the things happening in the market and all. So yes, and like again in our coming episodes, we'll like try to cover like a lot of those things which we talked about it, maybe in more details about those technologies, about the solutions, and obviously in like how about IGEL, right? Or what are the correlations with IGEL, or what IGEL is uh, going to do in that direction, like for specific OEM or specific technology
Yeah.
evolution, right? So obviously we'll talk on that in our upcoming episodes. So there are a couple of more episodes, I think, like before we end this year, right? At least we'll record two, three more episodes. Then
Yeah.
let's see. Obviously, we'll try to cover a lot of things. Okay, I think with this, thank you so much for your time, and like looking forward to meet you next week. Wish you a great weekend ahead. Thank
Yes,
you.
and you, my friend. And you.
Thank you.
And thanks to all the listeners for tuning in. See you next week.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks.